Okay. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, welcome. My name is Shameen Miller. I create travel vlogs. Well, maybe not as much lately. YouTube tutorials and anything lifestyle related of living an amazingly exciting, happy life. Lately, I've been posting fasting videos. So if you've been here, you've been seeing those videos, and I've had a lot of people ask me, Shameen, can you post more videos of fasting? So I'm totes gonna be doing that. So if you haven't been here before, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you guys end up liking this video, just give it a little like at the end of this video, or maybe even now. So the stuff that I've been talking about lately with fasting is all to do with the Snake Diet. The Snake Diet was created by Cole Robinson in Canada, and he's been doing this diet now for the last 2 years, and it's all about living a fasting focused lifestyle. I am not gonna get into what the diet is on this video. I made another video, which I'll link it up here or there, wherever it goes, and I'll make sure I leave it link in the description section down below. But what I'm gonna talk to you guys about today, because I'm super excited. I'm super excited, like for real, because I came out with a Quickstart guide that has been approved and blessed by Cole. I've been wanting to put together this Quickstart guide for the Snake Diet ever since I started the Snake Diet, because I am very OCD about being organized, and he says a lot of information, and like there's a lot of good information in all of his videos, so make sure that you watch all of his videos. But times like it would be so hard for me to be able to keep track of everything that was going on. So I made a whole bunch of notes, in Evernote, and like over time I've kind of just been building on it. And finally now, because after being doing this for a few months, the diet, and also been working with Cole because he has been coaching me, I figured let me just try this out. So I got into Adobe Illustrator the other day and I created this Quick Start guide. I've left the link down below of where you can also download this Quick Start guide as well. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to be walking you through this Quick Start guide here, and hopefully this clears up a bunch of questions that you may have. And then what you can do is if you do the Snake Diet and you want to explain it to other people, then you've got a reference point right here to be watching. To look at. So there are a couple points I want to bring up before we get into this guide. First of all, Cole wanted to keep it as simple as possible, because the thing is, what ends up happening, people overcomplicate things so much, and I've realized that lately too, that everybody is they come up with these weird, obscure questions, and you know what, like at the end of the day, like just keep it simple, stupid. So just keep it simple, guys. Just really keep it simple. There are other things that you can do within the Snake Diet. However, I recommend watch Cole's videos, watch some of my old videos as well, and you'd be able to find out what those things are. And in this Quick Start guide, I'm only talking about the new recipe, not the old recipe. If you want to know about the old recipe, check out Cole's videos, and also check out some of my videos as well of how I actually make the old version of this recipe. So anyways, let's just jump right into this Quick Start guide here, and any questions you guys might have, just put them in the comment section down below, and I'll keep a listing of them, and then probably put another video together of it, because that's kind of how I come up with the vids, so I'd really appreciate your help. Anyways, let's get into this, guys. Okay guys, here what we have is the Snake Diet Quick Start guide. And this Snake Diet Quick Start guide is only gonna be talking about a snake juice fast. It does not talk about dry fasting. However, I may make an infographic for that as well at some point. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna start here on the left-hand side. And these are gonna be all the supplies that you need to start the Snake Diet. And I swear it's super easy, and it's not gonna cost you much money at all. So here, we're gonna need water, sodium chloride, which is Himalayan sea salt, potassium chloride powder, baking soda, aluminum-free, if possible. Bob's Red Mill is some of the greatest that's out there. Some magnesium sulfate, which is completely optional. Keto sticks, and a weight scale. And I'll get into what you need these things for very shortly. The water source here. So the main thing here that you guys want to do is make sure that you've got the best water source quality possible. The thing is too, there are people that are on a budget and they can't afford really expensive water. So if you need to drink the tap water, drink the tap water. But the thing is that you're going to notice on very long fasts that the tap water is just not going to be as good as having high quality H2O. But if you're going to be doing like 24s, 48s, 72s, then just get the best water available that you can. So potassium chloride. There are a few brands that are out there that I'm aware of, which is no salt, salt-free, and there's also a Now brand as well. If you can't find any of those in your country, there are like these diet salts. One sec. Yeah, they have like these diet salt brands that are like out there as well. Like, okay, guys, this is like mostly here, wait. Guys, this thing here is mostly in Italian, which is what? Piacersi. But pretty much what this is like potassium chloride. There's some sodium, some more there's different types of sodium, potassium, and magnesium in here. And they do end up having like a breakdown here on the front of what it is. So anyways, they do have a breakdown on the front on the back here of what it is. So all you'd really have to do is kind of just do the math on it. So it's gonna be a little bit more extra math in your part, like if you can't get like the pure potassium chloride, but honestly, like this stuff will work just as well. Next up is we have the snake juice recipe over here. And this is the new snake juice recipe that Cole came up with just a few weeks ago. It includes 2 liters of water, half a teaspoon of Himalayan pink sea salt, 1 teaspoon of potassium chloride powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and optional is half a teaspoon of magnesium sulfate. We've got here a little light bulb, guys. Make sure you pay attention. You can drink as much of this recipe as you need. So if you get through the first 2 liters of it, make another batch and drink it again. There is no limit of how much you can drink within a day. My tip for you though, guys, is to try and keep this as cold as possible, because for me, like with the baking soda, I find that the taste gets a little bit weird over time. So yeah, so just try to keep it cold if you can. But if you want to try room temperature, test it out and let me know what you think of it. So as again, there is no limit to this here and all the levels are safe, and yeah, so just drink your snake juice. Okay, anyways guys, let's move over here to the right-hand side of the page of the Snake Diet routine. So on the left-hand side here, we've got all these little icons here. So at the very start here, we are gonna start here the snake juice diet. So what you need to do is do your first 48 hours on snake juice, okay? The first 48 hours here are to get rid of any food addictions that you have, anything like coffee or sugar or alcohol or smoking or whatever the hell you are addicted to. And just know in this time, you are gonna be detoxing probably really bad headaches, stomach cramps, feeling like shit, weak, lethargic. Like there's so many different things you can feel. And like if you ask me or ask Cole like, oh my God, I'm feeling this, it's more likely that you're always detoxing. So that is the whole point of the first 48 hours. There's another little note here. Okay, I'm sorry guys that this thing is so tiny, but here, all you have to do is just zoom it in because I provided you high-res quality version of this routine here. Here we've got another light bulb here. So if you feel good after your first 48 hours of fasting, guys, you don't have to refeed, which is the next step here. You can actually go for longer. So if you can go for longer, you push for longer. Okay, so this 48 hours really is just a guideline. But if we're just kind of gonna stick to it and you guys wanna do super basic, let's do the 48 hours juice fast on snake juice. Next up here is the refeeding. So after you've done your 48 hours or maybe more of your first fasting regime on snake juice, you get to refeed. So I've got a couple little things here. So if you have weight to lose, keep your meals to 4 parts low carbohydrate fruit and tubers, 1 part protein source, and eat it within a 15-minute time window. So tubers are stuff like beets and sweet potatoes and like other stuff that are pretty much grown in the ground. Google it, there's a lot of different things in there, but just recommend you try to keep it as low carb as possible. The reason why we don't have vegetables on here is because Cole has been doing a lot of research on goitrogenic vegetables, so like the cruciferous ones like broccoli and kale and cabbage, and also stuff like with the leafy greens and anything with stems, where he actually has stopped eating that stuff altogether. I'll leave in the description below the link to the video that he had sent me, and I've actually just stopped eating that stuff altogether as well. As for low carb fruits, these could be things like apples and zucchini and red peppers and tomatoes, because don't forget there are things that we think are vegetables that are actually fruit. So it's pretty much anything with seeds or vegetables. I mean fruit. If you're in the camp where you're really skinny and you just want to get the benefits of fasting, this is where you can like open up your eating window and you can eat a lot more. What Cole recommends is doing 4 parts of the low carb fruit and the tubers, 3 parts of starchy carbohydrates, 1 part of protein source, and you can eat it within a 2 to 3 hour eating window. So it's pretty simple. And then after that, after you're done your refeed, then you go into the next fast on snake juice. So the next goal here is you want to try and go at least 72 hours on this next phase. And really, again, this is just to really get over that fear of doing the long-term fasting. Again, as like I said in the first point, it doesn't have to be 72 hours. If you can push it longer, like 96, 120, or whatever it is, you go and do that. Because the thing is, the longer that you fast, the faster amount of weight that you're gonna be losing off of your body. Again, you refeed. Then we get to this little section over here. We've got these two little arrows here. So this is pretty much a repetitive cycle here right now. So we've got the next phase after your refeed is just fast in the snake juice as long as you can. Okay, so just go as long as you can, and then you refeed, and then you repeat this cycle of fasting or refeed as many times as required until you've lost all the weight. It's pretty simple, guys. Like, it's pretty simple. It's pretty much fast, refeed, fast, refeed. And ideally what you wanna have is the fasting windows are a lot longer than your refeed windows, because the longer that you fast, the more weight that you are gonna be losing, okay? Does that make sense? Yeah. So at the finish line here, we've got, once you have hit your goal weight, continue to live a fasting focused lifestyle. So what does this mean? So if we go down here to the bottom, I've got a section here of when you reach your goal weight. So the most important thing here, guys, and I've mentioned it many times, and Cole says it all the time, if you want to keep the weight off, you need to live a fasting focused lifestyle. You got all the weight off initially by living a fasting focused lifestyle, but now when you live this fasting focused lifestyle, instead of going back to like normal, regular eating, which is like anywhere from like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a day, you're not going to be eating more than 1 time a day. Okay, you do not want to be eating more than 1 time a day, because you're not going to be getting those benefits from the fasting. Exercise is going to become a really important part of your lifestyle, because the thing is, like, you want to put on muscle, you want to keep the weight off, and you want to look sexy AF, okay? Like, you want to look really, really good and just take care of your body, because at the end of the day, this is the only body that you're going to be getting for the rest of this life. We're not in altered carbon right now where we have stacks and they're going to be switching it between different sleeves. So just know that you've got to take really good care of this body, because at the end of the day, you know, like, wouldn't you want to be like 80, 100, 120, whatever, how many years it is, and you're thriving, and you're not using a cane, you're not in a wheelchair, you're not addicted to prescription drugs, you don't have to have somebody wiping your ass. You know, like, my biggest goal, I'll tell you guys this, okay, something a little personal with me. The reason why I got so into just with exercising and eating healthy and like really just taking care of my body, and like it's been years and years, okay? It's been years and years for this, but I do it because I think of, you know, like, if I do have children one day and my kids have kids, then I want to be able to be running around with my kids and their kids on the lawn and having fun with them, and like not just sitting on a chair and just watching and like not being able to participate and do anything, because it would just suck, you know? And like, there was one day in my building, so I live in this apartment building, and there's this gay couple in my building, and they, one man's a lot older than the other one. And a lot older man, actually, like the one day, like I saw him and like he's with a cane, and like he was trying to walk down the stairs, and they only live in the 2nd floor of our building. And I just heard him complain. He's like, yeah, he's like, this is so hard. And, you know, like, just looking at him, like I just saw that, and I was like, you know, I'm like, I do not want to be in that position one day, but I don't know, fuck, if I get hit by a car or get in some huge accident, you know, like, that's, you know, I can't really control that, you know, but if I can take care of my body as long as possible, that is what I'm going to do. And lastly, as part of when you reach your goal weight, you want to just make sure when you do refeed, if possible, guys, try to eat like whole, real, and if possible, organic food, because the thing is, like, you're going to be putting only just 1 meal a day in your body, so you want to give it the best nutrients as possible. And if you think about it, like, with living a fasting focused lifestyle, you're gonna be saving so much more money, because you don't have to be going out all the time. You're not making multiple meals a day, and you're gonna actually have a lot more just time in your day, because you're not eating all the time, and you're gonna be able to be a lot more productive. And maybe, who knows, you can like start that side hustle or something that you've always wanted to do. The next part here at the bottom, I just wanna reiterate the part of the fasting with you guys, okay? Just going back up to the Snake Diet routine. As Cole mentions here on the very bottom of the page, 1 week fast to 30-day fast on snake juice are not uncommon. There are people that I have seen in the Snake Diet motivation group that have fasted for like 30, 45 days, and like, these people have enough fat in them to like be able to help them get through these fasts. And like, for all the, like, honestly, again, I'm gonna say this again, stupid people that have been posting on my comments on some of my videos saying that it's like so dangerous. Like, yeah, it's dangerous, like doing long-term fasts, like if you're a type 1 diabetic, okay? Like, watch Cole's most recent video about that. But Other than that, like if you got fat in your body, you've got energy on your body, you know? And like at the end of the day, like listen to your body as well, okay? Like listen to it. Like if you feel like absolute crap and like you're gonna pass out, then eat, you know? Like don't feel guilty about it and just know that you need it, and then just have a reset again and just go and eat and then fast longer. Okay, sorry, I kind of feel like I'm lecturing you guys here, so I'm really sorry. So let me get into this last part of the quick start guide here, and then we'll be finished this video. So on here on the left-hand side, I've got tips to make it through long fasts, okay? Because guys, as you know, I've done 48, 72s of wet fast, dry fast, and then I also did a 5-day hard dry fast, which is pretty freaking intense. So these are the things that I've come up with based on like what I've learned so far. So the first thing you wanna do is when you're going through like this fasting, and especially your first 48 and your 72 hours, you guys are gonna have lots and lots of time on your hands, okay? Like lots and lots of time. So educate yourself, okay? Educate yourself. Watch all the Snake Diett videos on YouTube and learn why a fasting focused lifestyle is the best one out there. It's the best thing that you're gonna be able to do. If people are complaining to you and saying it's not safe, then you'd be able to kind of put them in their place and tell them like, you know what guys, like you don't know anything and this is the reason why this is so good. Join the Snake Diett motivation group on Facebook. I say it every single time, and share your accountability post. If you put your post up there with your pictures, you're more accountable to a whole bunch of strangers, and some of these strangers might even become your friends, and you might even be able to make some Snake Diett buddies as well to motivate you as well. So make sure you do that. Go and check that out. Number 3, keep yourself busy. I've said this time and time again. You're taking the habit of eating out of your lifestyle right now, so make sure you find something to do. Watch Netflix, take up a hobby that you've been neglecting, clean your house, purge stuff out of your house, and like try to become a little bit more minimal, because we always have so much crap that's around us. This is the perfect opportunity for you to take care of you and yourself. So I just had a person write me a comment in the comment section and saying about how she's like been doing so many things for so many other people, and somebody had piped up and said, you know, like instead of just like only doing stuff for other people, like it's a perfect time for you to do some self-discovery and, you know, work on things for yourself. Because the thing is, like, the more that you keep on doing things for other people, you're putting all the energy out there instead of putting the energy back in yourself and like really working on yourself. Because now that when it comes to fasting, guys, like it's really all about like self-discovery and self-discipline, and like realizing like how strong and how much potential you really have of being like a stronger human being. Because the thing is, like, we think that we don't have control over what we do and like where our life is going, but the thing is, like, we have so much control. But it's time that you start to like reflect and look on the inside and just do like, honestly, start reading self-help books. Like, I'm such a big proponent and advocate of that stuff, because it just, you know, it's really, really changed my life. If you want a recommendation, check out the Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. I made a video on it as well, all about living in the present and how it changed my life. So check that video out as well. But it's a perfect time for you to discover and like, you know, build that self-confidence that you may be lacking and find what it is that you truly want in this life. Number 4, here's where the scale comes in. Buy that bodyweight scale, but I'm sure a lot of you guys actually have one already. The goal is to track your weight every single day and write it down. Put it in an app. You can use like MyFitnessPal, even though Cole hates that app, or Fitbit, or an app called MyFast. There's like, or you put it in a Google Sheet, whatever it is. Just track how you're doing every single day. It is so freaking motivating, guys, every single day to see that weight go down on the scale, and it'll keep pushing you to continue to fast longer. Number 5, another thing with the scale. If the scale is not dropping, your refeeding is too big and you gotta eat less. As Cole would say, eat less and fast longer, fatty. So what'll end up happening is when you have your refeeds, it's gonna be normal that you're gonna gain like a pound, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. You're gonna be gaining weight. And realistically, the food that you put in your system is the amount of gain that you're gonna weight. Realistically, the food that you put in your system is the weight that you're gonna gain. If you didn't go crazy with your refeed, then usually within about like the next 24 to 36 hours, that weight will be back to normal. So the way that you can tell if the scale is not dropping, what you wanna do is like just before you have your refeed, you're gonna step on the scale and see how much you weigh. Then you're gonna eat your food, and then you're gonna pretty much gain the amount of weight that you ate from your food. And then within the next 24 hours, pretty much the weight that you gained from that meal should be gone. If you're still a lot higher than your pre-refeed weight, then that just means you ate way too much and you've got to kind of scale back the calories the next time that you eat your meal. So number 6, make sure you use the keto sticks. It just really helps motivate you to show that you're in ketosis, so you're like a fat burning machine. Number 7, take weekly pictures of your front, back, and side. Super, super motivating to be able for you to track your progress. What I would also recommend is like measure the parts of your body as well. It's not written in here, but sometimes what will end up happening is like you could be retaining water and you don't really see the number on the scale go down. So at least by you see the measurements that you know that you are actually still losing weight. And the thing is too, like I still have people like they're like become unmotivated because they're like, Shameen, oh my God, like I've been fasting and I'm not losing weight. And what ends up happening there is we're gonna go actually into number 8 right now, is like you actually start retaining water. And the reason why is like a lot of people don't get their 8 hours of sleep. So if you're not gonna get your 8 hours of sleep, you're probably gonna start retaining water, okay? So just know that there's gonna be times that you could be retaining water, and like don't be disappointed, because at the end of the day, all you're doing is putting water and electrolytes in your body. You're not putting anything else in your body. So there's no way in hell for your body to be able to gain weight. Lastly, don't quit. It's gonna be hard at the beginning, guys, okay? I swear it's gonna be very, very hard, and especially if you have a lot of things that need to come out of your system and you gotta do like some legit mad detoxing, it's gonna be really hard. But don't fret, you know, don't be scared. Don't run away. Just know that it's gonna get better. You know, like it took me about 3 to 4 weeks to find like a really good rhythm, but that was my experience. You know, some people like within a week they're fine. So it just really depends on what state of your body you're in and your mindset. But just know that like it's gonna get better, and you know, you're gonna look back at the times at the beginning and realize like, oh my God, like that was so hard at the beginning, and now it's like a freaking piece of cake. All right, guys, I'm so sorry for this video being like 20 minutes. I did not expect it to take that long, but I just kind of had lots of things to tell you, that's all. But if you are someone who's like a type 1 diabetic, maybe has cancer or any types of diseases, or like living with anything that, you know, really, really needs help, like I truly recommend that you reach out to Cole, because he is the expert in this. Like he is the coach that helps people get through their sicknesses. Like actually the crazy thing is like today, I'm filming this video on like Tuesday, June 12th. And Cole has this lady, Tammy from Manitoba, who has breast cancer, and she's gonna go and stay with him for a month. And they're gonna be doing a protocol with dry fasting and urine therapy, and he's gonna cure her cancer. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this to see this happening. But yeah, Cole is like, he really just wants to help as many people as possible, and he wants to show that you don't have to go to pharmaceutical drugs, you don't have to go to the doctors, you don't have to go under the knife to be able to heal yourself and cure yourself, because our bodies are so resilient and so beautiful. We just don't give it the rest it deserves, because we keep on stuffing shit in it like all the time. And the thing is, at the end of the day, like pharmaceutical companies, they don't want you to be healthy and like to do this stuff on your own, because the thing is, it's free and you're not lining their pockets with money anymore, because you're actually taking your health into your own hands. So if you need help with that, make sure that you reach out to Cole on Facebook. And just to let you know, for him to coach you, which he does for free, he is gonna make you add 200 people to a Snake Diett motivation group, and he's gonna make you put up an accountability post, okay? So just know that, and if you really want his help and you don't have Facebook, create a Facebook account, find 200 friends. It's not that hard, okay? If you really want it, you're gonna do whatever it takes to get that help and take care of yourself. Anyways, guys, that is it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below. And everyone who has joined me so far on this journey, thank you so, so much. I truly, truly am so grateful, and I appreciate everything, and I appreciate you being there for me. And anyways, have a great rest of the day. I will talk to you guys again soon. I love you. Bye.